Alright, let's test this game out. First I'll press play, fill in this keypad, nice. That is a lot of class files. What am I gonna... hey, look who it is. Hey Jason, how's it going?
Hey bros, yeah, pretty good. I had a free moment, thought I'd give you a shout, see how you're doing.
Oh, nice. Well, you've got some perfect timing.
Why is that? Having more trouble?
Well, I think so, but I'm not really sure if it's a problem or not.
Okay, go on, share your screen, I'll have a look.
Sure. Alright, so here's my project.
Is this the same project you showed me a few weeks back?
Yeah, it is actually.
I'll be honest, I'm surprised to see you're still working on it.
You know what? Charles said the same thing just last week.
Well, you do go through an awful lot of prototypes.
That's true, but I'm really trying to finish this one.
Good. It's a good way to learn. To be honest, there's a lot of things to consider that only really come into play once a project starts to mature.
Yeah, well, funnily enough, that's exactly why I need your help. Here, take a look at my scripts folder.
Yeah, that's an awful lot of class files.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Have you tried organizing them yet?
To be honest, no. I'm not really sure where to begin.
Yeah, I can understand. When there's this much to work with, it can get a bit overwhelming. We can step through it together if you want.
Yeah, that'd be great. But where do we start?
Have you set up a root namespace for your project yet?
Yeah, I actually have. Here, let me show you. I'll just open up the project settings.
Good. I can see you filled in the root namespace under the C# project generation.
Right. Charles told me I should do that so all my scripts can live under the same custom namespace.
Yeah, exactly. And we can actually do the same thing with your code editor too.
All right.
Right, so what you're going to want to do is go to the Explorer window and change it to the solution view. It should be in the top corner there.
Okay.
Right, next you want to right-click on the assembly project and select properties.
These settings are for Unity and Rider, right?
Yep, they tell Unity to use the root namespace when it generates code, and Rider uses it for its IntelliSense.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
And by the way, you don't really need to set up a root namespace to organize your project, but it's good practice.
You know, I actually kind of like it. Makes me feel legit.
Well, yeah, there is that too.
So now on to the hard part, I guess, right?
Yep, right. Now it's time to organize your project, which we'll do with a few well-placed directories and namespaces.
Wait, more namespaces?
Yep, more namespaces.
That's funny. Apart from the root, I always thought namespaces were overkill in Unity. In fact, I heard that they shouldn't even be used in game development, unless you're writing a library.
Yeah, I strongly disagree with that. That's a common misconception. A lot of projects are so small that they can get away with storing all of their class files in one place, but namespaces are not just for organizing your project structure.
Really?
Well, for one, they can be used to divide your project into separate assemblies, and your code will actually compile faster.
Huh. I did not know that.
And on top of that too, they can also reveal a lot about a project in general. Like, it'll kind of indicate what a programmer's intent was and even highlight where there are certain code smells to deal with.
Wow. And here I was, thinking they were just glorified directories.
Well, they can be if you're not careful. The main idea is to use namespaces to define meaningful system boundaries throughout your source code. This will lead to a project that's easier to maintain, scale, and most importantly, understand.
Oof, that sounds like a lot. But I'm excited to see what we can come up with.
Yeah, okay, let's get started. Let's have a look at your scripts folder to begin.
Okay.
Okay, so first of all, describe this code to me. What does it do?
Well, if I think about it, right now there's a couple of interactable objects, all of my keypad logic, and a couple of classes to manage the state of my doors and a digital clock.
Okay, let's start with that keypad. Seems like a great place to draw a boundary.
Sure.
Okay, so create a directory called keypad, and that'll be your first namespace.
Okay. And then just drag in my keypad classes?
Well, not just that, you're going to have to update the namespaces on each of those files too.
Oof, every single one?
Yes, every one of them. But don't worry, there's a nice little shortcut for that in Rider. Just right-click on the keypad folder and select Refactor This. And under the Refactor tab, you can select Adjust Namespaces. It'll do it automatically for you.
Nice. Wow, that's looking a lot better already.
Yeah, it's a good start. Next, let's move on to your interactable objects.
Okay, that should be easy enough. All I need to do is create a folder called Interactables, drag in my interactable object classes, adjust the namespaces, and voila. Wow, this is actually pretty easy.
Okay, not bad, but don't get ahead of yourself. We've created two well-defined namespaces, but you haven't drawn enough of a boundary between them.
Ah, shoot. Really?
Mm-hmm. Let me show you what I mean, right? Go ahead and open up that key class.
Okay.
Now, have a look at the using statements. Do you see the references to interactables?
Oh, right. Because the keypad class implements iInteractable. That feels off.
What you're experiencing now is called a code smell. There's nothing inherently wrong with this code, but something is prompting you to take a closer look.
Right. I mean, I guess it would be okay if the key class referenced the interactable's namespace, right?
Yeah, you could do that, but then you'd lose the ability to separate them into their own assemblies, which may or may not be an issue.
This is tough.
Yeah, it can be, but there's no right or wrong answer. You can always iterate your project and change it as it grows.
Okay. That makes me feel a little better, but I think I'm going to have to follow your lead on this one.
No problem. Okay, so I get the feeling that you're probably going to use this iInteractable interface a few more times throughout your project, which means it may be exposed to a few more namespaces as well.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say.
So in one way, you could say it's sort of part of your project's core functionality.
Exactly.
Right, so why don't we make a new directory, call it core, and hold all of the core elements of your project?
Oh yeah, that makes sense. That actually sounds like a really good compromise.
Right now, it consists of the interactable interface, and I'm guessing probably the player-related stuff too. Good. I'd say your project is about ready to start taking advantage of assemblies.
Wow, already?
Sure, but we're going to save that for another day because now it's time for a few rounds of Valorant.
Oh, no way. You got a beta code?
Yep, but I only had to watch about 30 hours of streams to get one.
Oh, heck yeah. Here, let me save up and I'll call you back when I'm in the game. A special thanks to my top supporters, Burgos 3D, Darkbush Photography, Joe Tizol, R-Star, Thomas, Tron, Yakub Al-Safari, and Iron Alex. Thanks, guys.